Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I am your host, Shaheem the Dream.
With the EST of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts, Mac May.
Boy, got big dreams. This your boy Travo. Keep it simple and go.
And we got another guest. Apparently, he was to be on the live. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for another edition. Trav, J Mac Main, what is going down? What is up? What is going on?
What it do, what it does.
Another day in the neighborhood.
Yes, sir. We got the almighty CR21. What's up, almighty? He says, laugh out loud to EST. We got Anthony Cobbs in the place. Anthony Cobbs, what is good with you? Kenny Omega, the real wrestling guy, he says.
Oh, my God.
Tonight hopefully is good.
Don't hold your breath, almighty. Do not hold your breath.
Ethan Wick is with us, and he says, good day, y'all. Good day, all. So let's get into these topics. Thank you, fellas, for joining us. Everybody who's joining us, if you watching us on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, hit the comment section below. We want to hear from you guys. We definitely want you guys to be a part of this community, Wrestling Talks and Thoughts, because we want to hear from the wrestling fans. We want to talk with you guys. All right, so are we going to get into some news first?
I mean, hey, we can, you know.
All right, we're getting losing that. We get into the news last for Travis, okay? Because Travis.
No. See, here's the good. Wait. Here's the good thing about my news. You don't have to put no links over anything. Cause when I say it, you're gonna be able to put it in the title description on the YouTube channel. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. We'll do that last.
Whenever you're ready.
All right, we'll do it last. This guy, man, he's active. All right.
Hey, I told you, Trav Bayless in the building.
All right, I got my cat. My cat, he's very active, full of energy. All right. So let's talk about the obvious, right? Kenny Omega's big title win. Let's talk about it. Ethan Wick was posting some dope links in the group chat. He was posting some dope links at a pay-per-view last night of Rebellion. So Kenny Omega united the AEW and TNA Impact titles. This is the second time two major promotions have unified. I think the first time, I believe, was New Japan Pro and Impact when Kurt Angle was champion. But I think it was IWGP. That promotion's owned by Tony Inoki.
Okay.
So I don't know if New Japan Pro and IWGP are the same promotion. I think they're two different promotions, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're the same. Can one of you guys tell me if they are the same or they're different? I think they were the same, if I'm not mistaken.
I have no idea.
All right. But anyways, Kenny Omega has the AEW and TNA Impact titles. So do you think that WWE should join in on this party? Do you guys think WWE should be a part of this whole, I guess, somewhat revolution? Because these are smaller promotions. These are not like the big daddies. This is not like WCW and WWE joining together. These are like, one is a startup promotion and one is a promotion that's trying to stay afloat, if you ask me.
My opinion, Kenny Omega, I was reading some, but it's confirmed Kenny Omega will be on Friday Night SmackDown to challenge the head of the table, Roman Reigns, or Daniel Bryan. No, I'm joking. That's not gonna happen.
We know it's not gonna happen, Jay. We know.
Yo, you had me sweating for a second, bro. Like, where you read that at?
But honestly, like the fan in me would. I mean, I don't want to. So all right. So looking at the big picture, I don't want them to join in because then it'll be like WWE just bandwagoning or looking for viewers or ratings. So I don't want it to be like that. But I do. But as we've been talking all week, even last week, there are a bunch of dream matches that we would love to see with AEW and WWE. So I would love to see WWE and AEW work together. But as far as like AEW, WWE, Impact, and yeah, we don't need to see all that.
I'm kind of with you on that because I'm not too. I don't like that. I don't like the whole picture ideal of him being able to go on another show and take a big title from a company that's building. I understand the collaboration. The collaboration is nice, but it's just like, and I hate to use this reference because I know I'm going to get dogged for it later on. It's just like Brock Lesnar coming in and taking the title when he wants to. He's stepping on a lot of guys' head that's there and trying to build their self up, and he's just taking the title and he's jumping show to show. I'm not a big fan of it, and I applaud Vince McMahon right now because we don't know what the future holds. I applaud Vince McMahon right now not looking into that because I don't want to see that. I mean, of course, we would all like to see Kenny Omega versus Daniel Bryan or Roman Reigns or maybe even Randy Orton, or even Triple H. It don't matter. A lot of good characters, but at the same time, I don't want to see you from brand to brand taking titles away from people like Cesaro that should be a champion right now, or somebody like that deserves to be champion. You're taking their spotlight just because of your name. So I'm not a fan of it. I'm happy for him, but I'm not a fan of it.
All right, I'm at the comment section below. Anthony Cobb says, "What's next for the real wrestling god, Kenny the God Omega?" Ethan Wick says, "Impact supposedly been dying for the past 10 years. Hard to kill." Anthony Cobb says, "Brock can do that. He's a legend." Ethan Wick says, "I disagree because this is helping the wrestling industry." And Anthony Cobb says, "Hogan did it. We did it." What's the problem?
Can I speak on that? He said it's hurting the industry. I mean, it's helping the industry. Yep. For the smaller companies, it is helping the industry. Granted, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is I'm not a fan of it. I don't want to see guys like Cesaro not get his chance at a title shot or have a title run because Kenny Omega is AEW and AEW decides to do a collabo and he just comes in and let's just say they did it the next pay-per-view. He comes in and take the title from Roman Reigns when Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, all these good guys they got that they are not pushing that they should be pushing, hasn't got a title shot. That's what I'm saying.
Honestly, so first and foremost, there's no way Thanos Omega.
Thanos?
Thanos Omega. He's going around.
Thanos?
Yeah, he's collecting all the power stones.
Wait. They'll go from God to Thanos.
But realistically, all right, let's really take a step back and really look at this. Kenny Omega beat Rich Swann last night. Rich Swann.
Oh, Rich. He changed his name.
Rich Swann was barely the cruiserweight champion in WWE. Let's be for real. Kenny Omega cannot beat any of the current heavyweight champions in WWE. You know what I'm saying? The only one he may have a chance with, and I'm not even saying it's going to be an easy chance. He may have a chance with Karrion Kross. But again, I'm still going to. I mean, since I'm a WWE guy, I'm going to put my money on Kross. But that would be the only match that he would literally have a legit chance at because he's not beating Roman. He definitely is not beating Lashley. It's the road Lashley's been on.
Yeah.
So there's no way Kenny's going to any WWE anything and taking any belt. Like I said, he may have a decent, legit shot if he goes to NXT and tries to take the NXT championship. But I don't think Vince is not going to allow that because he's not a WWE guy.
But let me ask you this, though. Now, I don't like the fact that them going to WWE main event rosters, but if you're talking about a crossover with NXT, I feel like if they work their way from the bottom up, NXT is cool for me.
But let me interject real quick. I don't mean to interrupt you, Raph. But
no,
this is what I thought about too. I can see WWE possibly doing this with NXT because they've done this with the Mae Young Classic. They've done this with the those different tournaments that they had. But I could see them allowing Kenny Omega to come in and challenge Karrion Kross for his title, and they do some kind of little thing. But I don't see Kenny Omega coming to the main roster and challenging for that WWE title. And here's the reason why. Even though I get what but Ethan is saying that it helps the business. And I understand, we all see it as like it being a phenomenal thing, like having these different promotions come together and collab. But you need a promotion of equal status in order to make that be as big or as great as you want it to be. Because if you have a person like Kenny Omega come in with the AEW title and the TNA Impact title, who and again TNA Impact has been losing the WWE for the many years, and you have AEW who's only strong enough to battle their brand of NXT. They're not ready to battle WWE. You know, to have them come in and then fight for the WWE title again. There's a level of prestige and a level of prestige that comes with or that came with building that WWE title. So to have him come in and then fight for the title and then either have him win or lose, regardless of the fact, but the fact that to have him come in with all these titles, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. It looks good. It's a great thing. But in the long run, the whole point is to play the long game. Like in the long run, it's like if he comes in, win or lose, and then nothing great comes out of Kenny Omega, it would just be a good moment in history, but nothing that really amounted to something great. You know what I'm saying? All right, ratings will probably go up. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be a good thing, but then it's like, all right, but what is this established for the business? I mean, crossing brands, yes, but you know, what is it established in the long run?
You bring up a good thing. Let me say this too, though. And crossing brands like that, it doesn't give the wrestler the opportunity to pick what brand they want to be with if they can cross. Because basically you're telling me I can sign with AEW, but then I can go wrestle WWE people. So why would I even sign with WWE people if I got a nice contract over here with AEW? I wouldn't even care about it because I don't know how it is back in the locker room, but you know, Tony and them may be treating AEW superstars and stars different than Vince McMahon. So if I'm a wrestler and I see Tony doing this, like Big Show, you know, stated in his interview why he left WWE, if he's doing it that way and Vince doing it this way, why would I want to go work for Vince McMahon when I could just join AEW and go wrestle guys on WWE?
Yeah. All right, we're gonna hit the comment section real quick below. It's lighting up. We got a few comments. This is and it's opening eyes to a bigger wrestling. He says, Anthony Cobb says it's opening eyes to a bigger wrestling audience, especially during this pandemic era. They have to give us something new. Interesting. Ethan Wick says, bro, how long Cesaro been on the roster?
I don't know if you want to Anthony Cobb started up, but hey.
Anthony Cobb says, Thanos Omega t-shirt coming soon, laugh out loud. Anthony Cobb says, didn't Rich Swann come out doing the electric slide when he was in WWE?
Right.
When he first started.
Ethan Wick says, so BL can go on a roll, but Rich Swann can't. BL is who?
Bobby Lashley, maybe?
Bobby Lashley. Okay, gotcha. AEW, Anthony Cobb says AEW don't want smoke with NXT.
Anthony, coming to your senses.
Ethan says Kenny would never belittle himself like that. Wow. Okay. Ethan says we're going off ratings. AEW did 1.3 million when NXT moved. Okay, Ethan. He says Vince has buried the wrestling industry enough. I don't need him to damage it anymore. Tony is definitely treating his superstars.
Superstars money.
Okay, all right. It's definitely treating superstars money. The Young Bucks are in the ring with $15,000. I'm sorry, $15,000 Jordans. Okay,
and that's retarded. But okay.
Yeah. All right. We gotta move along because we got like 15 minutes in already on this topic.
All right.
Let's go. Let's move along. All right. So Charlotte suspended. So there's this rumor going around that Charlotte is going to be suspended or she's getting suspended. That's good news for me.
It was confirmed on Raw Talk.
Yeah,
your boy Adam Pearce came on the set and he, confirmed it that Charlotte has been suspended indefinitely.
Yeah, that's great. I like that.
That's great.
You know what? I'm with you on that. I agree. I definitely think the suspension is good for her because she's been in the title picture way too long, way too many times. They got to give somebody else time to shine. I agree with this suspension.
Yeah, Ethan. The suspension is not real. I believe it's kayfabe.
Right, it's scripted.
It's scripted, but I think the reason why they're doing the suspension is because they're trying to buy more time for Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair to hold the titles before they start building Charlotte as a competitor. Again, Charlotte Flair is the John Cena of the women's division. Like it or not. Okay, and I say this. Yeah, right. I say this. I like Charlotte Flair. I really do. But again, as Travis just said, and as we all know, she's been put into the main event title picture way too often. She's not giving other competitors. I mean, they're not giving other competitors that fair shake as being worthy opponents. And I feel like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like Asuka should have beat her fair and square on Raw. And then I also feel like that Rhea Ripley should have got a rematch against Charlotte and beat Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Like she needs competition. So building her like this competitor that really doesn't have much competition, so to speak, is kind of annoying. But giving her some time away from the heavyweight title picture and then bringing her back in maybe a few months later or a year later is better. Like, gives the division time to breathe.
Right, but I feel like with this suspension, they need to. I wasn't a fan of Rhea Ripley winning the title this early. Still not.
What?
But they just
really
no.
Travis.
No.
That's probably
wait.
It's okay.
Wait. I said I'm not a fan of it because here's the thing. And I don't want to get into that because it's gonna take too long. But I'm not a fan of it, but I'm okay with it. All right. So I just feel like Charlotte needs to be. Maybe put her in the tag team division for a little while. Get her the tag team title belt. Because they let her and Asuka keep the belt, like 2 weeks to a month, maybe? Put her in the tag team division. Do something different with her. What's the girl name that's supposed to be assistant general manager on SmackDown? I can't think of her name.
Adam Pearce?
No, yeah, for Adam Pearce. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Sony. Like Sonya Deville, like do something different with her because Sonya Deville character without the group was getting played out, so they did something different with her. So I'm just saying, give Charlotte a different look. I'm not saying you got to take her out the picture though.
All right, let me hit the comment section below. It says Anthony says, I hope she is suspended. I'm tired of her. She needs to get pregnant and go away for a while. Anthony said, best wrestling news I've heard all year. Chanel Ramsey says, respect the queen. Anthony says, Travis, respectfully Travis, respectfully, you're bugging, bro. It was Rhea Ripley's time. If you're going to say that about her, you might as well say it was too soon for Bianca.
Hey, give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Bianca Belair, whatever her last name is, she's been on the main event roster for a year. You've seen her progression. You've seen her growth. I like Rhea Ripley growth and progression in NXT, but I would like to see the same thing in the WWE main event roster before you just give her a title. That's how I look at it.
Okay. Chanel Ramsey says, I like that. Do something different with her.
Honestly, and y'all know where I'm about to go with this. Just like Anthony, I'm a real big NXT advocate. When Bianca came up, when Shayna came up, I was super excited. And the only thing that upsets me is the fact that you haven't given Shayna Baszler a singles championship title yet. That's the only thing that bugs me. I love the fact that Rhea has it. I love the fact that Bianca has it. But I feel like Shayna should have been a women's champion a long time ago. Not this tag championship. She should have
I read an article saying that Vince McMahon has not been a fan of Shayna, and that's why she hasn't been in the main event for the big title. But that's why he's cool with her being with Nia Jackson with the tag team, but not as a singles competitor. That's what I read.
Right, but that goes back to
the yes man speech.
No, yeah, we don't know that Vince doesn't when it comes to Vince he has to like you and that goes back to Paul Heyman being fired because if Paul Heyman was still in charge of Raw, Shayna would have gotten the push that she needed. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people would have.
But at the same time, it's like okay, you put Shayna with Nia, and if you think about it. Every time they lose, 9 out of 10, Shayna's the one getting the fall, which sucks because Shayna is a great wrestler. She's better than Nia, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So at the end of the day, like I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, like I said, I'm so happy that, you know what I'm saying, Rhea and Bianca has titles. I'm happy for them, but I feel like Shayna should have gotten the Raw Women's Championship before Rhea Ripley, and that's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
I'm gonna share some. Chanel says shaking my head. All right, I'm gonna share a picture with you guys real quick. Speaking of Nia Jax, I think we need to talk about this real quick, very briefly. I just want to talk about this. Nia Jax's Hall of Pain. Nia Jax, if you guys are not familiar with Nia Jax's.
Hey, next topic.
You know what?
Next topic.
No, I just want to say this real quick. So this is Nia Jax's Hall of Pain. Wrestlers Nia Jax have botched or injured Charlotte. I just thought this was interesting. I looked this up. Thought this was interesting. Seen this. Few guys made a video about this, and these are all the people she's injured, women and men. This is ridiculous. All right. So people like Samoa Joe is being released, and you got people like Nia Jax still on the roster. You got, whatever.
Well, you gotta look at it this way. The women's division ain't that. It's stronger than it's ever been, granted, but it's not as strong as it can be. So you can't release somebody like Nia Jax with her background, not good, not bad. It's decent enough to hold her own. So I don't think releasing her would do good. Samoa Joe, everybody's still confused about that. Period.
I mean, well, listen. We had Kairi Singh, who's a way better wrestler than her, and Kairi Singh was put out of commission because of Nia Jax.
And I agree with that, but at the same time, like I said, she decided to retire or something like that, right?
Yeah, because of her injuries.
Okay, so she actually have a chance to come back, and I'm sure if she can come back, they wouldn't mind signing her back. But I guarantee you, her contract gonna stay. She can't fight Nia Jax.
She'll come back. She'll come back as long as Nia Jax is right. In the first place. All right, but let me just go through this list real quick. I just want to mention the list. And Trav, you got it. Charlotte. I'm sorry. She injured Charlotte. She injured Alexa Bliss, Dana Brooke, Ember Moon, Bayley, Becky, Zelina Vega, of course, Kairi Singh, Mandy Rose, and R-Truth. R-Truth. So
is that Lana too? Isn't that Lana?
Lana should be up there.
Lana's up there.
Yeah, because I think the picture. Let me see. Hold on a second, because you probably can't see.
No, Lana's not there. Lana should be there.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, Lana's up there. It's right there beside. You got.
That's not Lana.
It's not Lana.
That's not.
No, that's not Lana. It's not Lana.
It's Dana Brooke.
Lana's not part of the list.
Okay.
Fortunately.
All right.
Part of the list. But
I ain't got nothing to say about that. Okay, next topic, because I ain't got nothing to say about that. Well, that's. I mean, they gotta get. If they pulled her off TV for a little while and put her in the ring and made her get better, then I wouldn't have a problem with that.
All right. Let me see. This guy. What do you want? What? Sorry, guys. So next topic. All right. Let me just jump on it. Daniel Bryan's career match.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Hey, I'm gonna need you to spell Bryan right, not it's a spell like Kobe Bryant.
All right. So, all right. Sorry for my editing. My
that's all good, bro. We all misspell something.
my bag.
As long as it wasn't a tattoo, you good.
I did. All right. So anyway, you put Daniel. He put Daniel.
That's fine. But
all right.
Go ahead.
They put it's Brian with just no T. You got it right.
Yeah. That's why I said leave it like it is. You good?
All right. I already changed it. Let's get to it. You already embarrassed me.
All right.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me hit the comment section real quick. Anthony Cobb says Botch Queen t-shirts coming soon.
Oh my God, that guy.
I'm sorry. Eat the Wick gives the sad faces. Anthony says there's something missing from that list. I'm sorry, somebody's missing from that list. There might be somebody missing from that list.
Becky's on the list.
Becky is on the list.
She's on that list.
Becky's on the list. I think Lana probably is missing from the list.
Yeah,
Lana is missing from that list. Yeah, that's what I said. Lana. I thought that was Lana.
Anthony Cobb says Becky's missing from the list. Becky was on the list. She's on the list, bro.
No makeup, but she was there.
Yeah, she said she punched Becky. Remember that right hand?
Ooh, that was a big one too, boy.
Ethan Wick, cat dog fight.
That crying cat.
The cat is a fan of Nia Jax. That's why she's crying. Laugh out loud.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. So Daniel Bryan's career match. So Daniel Bryan apparently is supposed to be having a last match. Is that what this whole thing is culminating to between him and Roman on SmackDown?
Yes, sir.
I don't think so.
I mean, the
wording for it was weird because he said when I beat you, I don't want to see you around here. I don't want to see you snooping around. So it's not nothing like, oh, you have to retire. It's just, I guess he moves from SmackDown to Raw possibly or NXT, but I don't think it's a retirement match.
Well, I mean, he did say I don't want to see you around SmackDown, but let's be clear. It's not. Is it a draft coming up soon? I don't think it's a draft coming up soon. I mean,
the shakeup should be coming up soon. You know, the shakeup is always shortly after Raw, so maybe after Mania Backlash, this superstar shakeup should be coming up soon.
Well, I don't feel like it might be a career-ending match, but it could possibly be Daniel Bryan being off TV for a while. I look at it as a career match because he said, he was hollering about this could be his last chance at Mania. And he it just kind of gave that vibe like it may be a career-ending match with the whole Mania vibe of, oh, this could be my last chance. So if he really gets booed off SmackDown Friday night, which he should not, it's gonna leave a sour taste in my mouth.
Well, I have some news here on WWE's direction with this match.
Okay.
All right. So, Daniel Bryan has a big match set up on SmackDown next week. If he loses, then he will have to leave the blue brand. That match is against Roman Reigns, who will be also for the Universal title. During the Wrestle Observer, David Meltzer discussed the possibilities for this match. There are a few directions that WWE could go, and it doesn't have to be cut and dry. So I guess the deal is, in theory, that it looks like Daniel Bryan will lose. That will help set up Roman Reigns versus Cesaro. But perhaps Cesaro comes down and gets Reigns mad enough, and that gets him to face Cesaro. Obviously, they're going with Reigns versus Cesaro at some point. It could be Bryan wins, Bryan loses to Cesaro, and leaves Reigns and Cesaro. I don't expect Bryan to win, but they can do it. It was also noted that Daniel Bryan could win the match via countout. That might open the door for no title change, and Daniel Bryan could stay on the blue brand. We'll have to see what WWE has planned, but next week's Friday Night SmackDown should be interesting, which is a very good point. He just has to win. So he can win by countout, disqualification. He wins, just doesn't win.
That's what I think. He should just win. It don't matter how you win. It could be Jay coming and kicking him in the face for all I care. But he doesn't need to lead the blue brand just yet. It's not that time. It's not.
Let me hit the comment section real quick. Anthony says it can't be against Roman. I think his last match should be against Finn or AJ Styles. Yeah, the draft is coming up soon. Ant says he says I think in May or early June.
I don't think it's not really a draft. It'd be like a shakeup because the draft was in October, so they wouldn't do another one just this early.
And Ant says I would like to see Daniel go up against Kyle O'Reilly before
that. Would be a great match. Minus this new. Wait, first and foremost, have you guys seen Kyle O'Reilly when he came out on NXT on what Tuesday?
No, I didn't see it.
I have not.
Let me get that. I'm gonna send it to y'all. We got to discuss this.
All right. I just want to show something real quick. It's very interesting. So this is very interesting. We have some pictures real quick. So in light of the whole Charlotte situation and Charlotte being suspended, just real quick, just want to touch back on it because this is some images I like to show, and it's been circling around the internet for a while. Like these opportunities that like these NXT stars have now been granted because of people like Charlotte being out the way is like, this is the most diverse. Like I was telling Jay earlier, this is the most diverse I've ever seen like WWE. You know, you have a Latino with the NXT women's title, you have an African-American with the SmackDown women's title, and you have a European with the Raw women's title. Like this is the most, like this is actual diversity. Like this is really diverse. Like,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
How many African Americans that held the women's title? Is she the only one?
No. You have Jackie, you have Jackie, you have Sasha Banks, you have
okay, I forgot. Well, Sasha
Alicia
half and
Fox.
half.
Alicia Fox.
You know what?
She's still all right. I get.
I forgot about Alicia Fox. I honestly did, but I just was wondering because it wasn't hitting me. It wasn't hitting me right off the rip.
Anthony Cobb says he says yeah, we have to discuss that. I was confused about that. He says Jackie, Jazz, Sasha, Alicia Fox, and Bianca. Yep, I forgot about Jazz. Was the
it's been a long time. That's how long it's been. I can remember.
So is it I think it's the last picture. Yeah. I think there's one. Yeah. So I mean, but the cool thing about it is like these are NXT alumni. Like, you know, as far as in Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, and these are like great talents that have been utilized and been able to be utilized because people like Charlotte is like out of the picture. You know what I'm saying? Minus Asuka. Asuka's an alumni. She's been used properly. You know, so and Naomi. Thank you, Aunt. And Naomi.
When did she hold the title?
She held the title.
I remember that.
She had a
belt was glowing. She had a glowing belt.
Right.
You don't remember that?
Right. Florida.
Yeah. I feel like Naomi should have held the belt longer, truth be told. I feel like she should have held the belt longer. I don't like her finisher, but you know what I mean. Whatever. All right. So next topic. Slapjack and Mace breakup. Apparently they're supposed to be.
So as we see,
I thought. Oh, sorry to cut you off. I thought it was T-Bar and Mace that was together.
Yeah. So
Slapjack.
Yeah. So
it's T-Bar and Mace.
Yeah. So T-Bar and Mace stayed on SmackDown. On Raw. And as we seen last Monday, they got their mask removed. So silently, WWE has moved Slapjack and Reckoning, aka Shane Thorne and Mia Yim. They just haven't debuted yet. So I guess that officially ends Retribution. But we'll see if Mace and T-Bar keep their names or if they go back to their old names. And as far as Reckoning and Slapjack, we'll just see, about them. But they have silently been moved to their blue brand.
Well, I hope this breakup contributes to them being properly utilized. Dominic Dijakovic, and what's the other guy name? I don't know his official ring name.
Dio Madden.
Okay, so I hope they get utilized properly because they need more competitors.
So my question is, is this a part of the topic, or are we gonna touch on T-Bar and Mace a part of the Hurt Business, or
that's gonna be my question. Like,
go ahead.
Okay, so from what it looks like, it does look like they're part of the Hurt Business, because as you see, the last 2 Monday nights, every time MVP shows up, they show up apparently and attack Drew McIntyre.
He's denied it, but he's like loosely denied it.
Right. It's like the Seth Rollins and AOP deal where Seth Rollins wasn't denying it. He denied it, but he wasn't denying it. He was like playing on the fence. I think they are part of the Hurt Business, and they are trying to take out Drew McIntyre before he gets his title shot. I think MVP has put a bounty on his head, gave it to T-Bar and Mace, and Mace is trying to do that. The only problem that they wasn't expecting was Braun Strowman being a part of helping him, which Adam Pearce made Braun Strowman help. So I think if they are part of the Hurt Business, that's a move in the right direction. I know a lot of people been hollering Keith Lee, but I don't want to see Keith Lee with the Hurt Business. I think he's good enough to stay solo.
Interesting. All right, if you guys are catching us on YouTube, guys catching us on Facebook, please join our Wrestling Talks and Thoughts group. Join our Wrestling Talks and Thoughts page. If you're catching us on Facebook, hit the comment section below, give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up. I think I don't know. I'm gonna leave that one alone because I feel like if I give my opinion, that's gonna be a deeper conversation.
No, give it. Let's hear it.
I want to hear it. I'm gonna tell you right now, Keith Lee is good, but Keith Lee is not great. Keith Lee has greatness. Keith Lee is great in the ring. Keith Lee on the mic, his character and his gimmick still needs to be more developed. There's still something missing, even though Keith Lee is something special. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not taking anything away from it. It's just that there is something more that needs to be developed out of Keith Lee. I think Keith Lee should join the Hurt Business. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it would definitely help his career and it would definitely put him in that main event picture because again, we want to see Keith Lee versus Bobby Lashley, or we want to see Keith Lee with the top competitors. So I just say that putting Keith Lee in the Hurt Business to give him some kind of history with Bobby Lashley to mix it up, rather it being them just coming out straight competitive, but them actually building some relationship and then them two going head to head would be pretty cool, like a Shawn versus Triple H, or like those kind of situations. So I think that would be kind of cool to see.
And I agree with you on something that's missing out of his career, but I would say let him be solo and just give him a manager that can develop him. That's my opinion.
So now my question is, would The Rock be The Rock if he didn't join Nation of Domination?
No, he wouldn't be.
He needs that platform in order to catapult.
Ooh, that's like up and down for me, but okay. I can agree to disagree.
Anthony says Keith Lee needs to turn heel.
Too early.
And let MVP be his voice of reckoning. All right.
Too early for Keith Lee. Too early. Another day, another topic.
Okay, so all right, I can't get into that because all right. Last but not least, before we start getting into news and rumors and other things, the release of Samoa Joe. The heartbreaking news of Samoa Joe being released from WWE. This is one of the most devastating topics that we've gotten this year, as far as Samoa Joe being released, as far as Keith Lee not showing up on the roster, and then of course the underutilization of the likes of Aleister Black. But we see Aleister Black has been returning in vignettes, and we're getting a different Aleister Black. Hopefully he gets pushed properly, but we see that Paul Heyman is on SmackDown. Aleister Black is on SmackDown, so possibly did some handling going on backstage. But Samoa Joe has been released. I wanted to put this up here to see if you guys had anything to say, because I think we've all touched on this topic throughout the course of the year of the lack of talent being utilized, talent being buried, people like Bobby Roode and Cesaro and so forth. We see Cesaro getting a push. We see that Bobby Lashley got the title. We see Bianca Belair got the title. Rhea Ripley got the title. Charlotte's being moved out the way for other competitors to now take the forefront. Other talent have now been taking the reins, and we see that WWE is giving some effort, but you can't have everything. With some of the things you want, sometimes they got to take away something you want and you want to have, and it happens that way. You can't have everything. And in our universe, Samoa Joe would have been things would have been a lot different. But Samoa Joe, part of these talents that are currently getting the push that they deserve, is one of the talents that has not been chosen for this push.
Okay. My subject is this. Bearing that we knew that Samoa Joe was injured, and I'll say he did a decent job on commentary. I enjoyed his commentary sometimes. Sometimes I hated it. I guess that's all of us with all commentaries. But bearing if he was injured and there was no sign of returning, I would be completely okay with it. But I seen a tweet. I think it was on Selena Vega's page because I follow her on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
It showed she retweeted that Samoa Joe said he'd be coming back soon. So that tells me that he was already in line to get back in the ring. And if he was in line to get back in the ring, I think WWE made a huge mistake. There's so many things you could have did with Samoa Joe on and off the camera. I think he will eventually join AEW. I don't see him going to no other smaller brand right now because he already has a big name. He comes from he got a great resume, and AEW is the perfect fit. For me, AEW, he could go over there and win a title in a heartbeat, and no one would question it. No one would ask a question about it. So if it was injuries and the WWE don't see him coming back no time soon, I'm cool with it because it's another Daniel Bryan and Edge type of situation. You don't know when they're coming back. But if he was on his way back to the ring and he was close, I think they made a huge mistake. I think they just tried to save money.
Let's not jump the gun. I still, and I could be naive, but I still feel that the WWE is going to bring him back because we've seen it before. Like last year, the match that they had, and they brought Drake Maverick back just like that. They tried to bring back what's his name, Heath Slater to a lesser deal, but Heath Slater had already signed with Impact. So so I can see a situation where them talking to Joe. I'm like, hey, listen, we want to bring you. We had to release you, but we want to bring you back on, or we want to restructure your deal, and once we find that you're officially healthy and you can go, we want to bring you back. You know what I'm saying? Because WWE likes that element of surprise. And he does not be. Mm-hmm.
Can I say this? I don't mean to cut you off. Sorry, but they did sign a 90-day contract where they can't go to no other company. So go ahead. But I want to throw that in there.
Right. So they're right. They'll have no 90-day non-compete. So this is April, May, June, July. So 3 months he's out. He can't get the day for 3 months. SummerSlam's in August. SummerSlam's the next big pay-per-view they have. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be nice.
He can be a surprise comeback, or come and attack somebody and set up a storyline moving forward for Survivor Series or whatever the case is. So, I mean, I'm still holding that they'll reach out to Joe and work a deal out with him. You know what I'm saying, before before he decides to sign with somebody else. I know they said something like there was like videos of him and with Impact last night. I didn't see it, but they said there was like glimpse of him in some kind of video montage. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's just me. I still feel he may be back, because everybody was heartbroken and sad in the fact that he was let go because he didn't really get to even reach real full potential. The United States Championship, yeah, he's better than that.
Yeah. Comment section below. Anthony says, heartbreaking news, man. I'm going to miss Samoa. I hope they bring him back. Ant says, I was looking forward to a dream match between him and Keith Lee.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
I like that. That would have been dope. I hope he gets healthy. Ant says, and also says, I think he's going back to Japan. All right. So we're gonna get into some news and rumors real quick. And we got some spicy news, apparently.
Very spicy
news. So let's get into it. So Mickie James had her garments sent to her in a trash bag. A while back, she posted, well, not too long ago, she posted on Instagram, I believe it was.
Yeah.
That she posted this. She tweeted this on Instagram. I'm sorry, she posted this on Instagram. She says, "Dear Vince McMahon, I'm not sure if you're aware, I did receive my at WWE care package today. Thank you. Always blessed and grateful. Women's wrestling matters." And this is her ring attire, her ring gear that was sent to her in a trash bag. This is crazy. So who's the guy, Jay?
Mark Carrano. Mark. So funny story about Mark Carrano. I actually met the guy, honestly. And I sent you the tweets of Triple H and Stephanie apologizing. I actually met Mark Carrano. He was a real cool guy. Like, so a short story. I was working for an airline at the time, and a ton of them came up. And Shad, and ironically, that's when I met Shad Gaspar. He had left his bags in in Terminal 4, so he had to go get it. And he ended up missing the flight with the rest of the other wrestlers. So, so when I rebooked the flight for him, he came back. He was like, "Hey, I got it, whatever." So as he was on, I was talking to Mark, and I was telling him I'm a huge wrestling fan. My grandmother's a big wrestling fan. This, that, and the other. And he was like, "So, who's your grandmother's favorite wrestler?" And I'm like, "Rey Mysterio." He was like, "All right. I got it. He said, "Give me your address." He said, "I got it. I'm gonna get a gift for you." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And he was a man of his word. He literally sent me a picture signed by Rey Mysterio, and I ended up giving it to my grandmother. So
nope.
He was a man of his word, but me and Sal was saying before the show, like, guys, people who we think are cool, or they're cool on the outside, and the inside they may be dirtbags. So, and for him to be involved with something like that, and him being with the company for so long, like, and it's funny, I was trying to think of his name to reach out to him for a project me and Sal was working on, but I'm glad I didn't, because he probably wouldn't have answered, but he's definitely not going to answer now.
Right. Well, let me say this: a very scumbag move, real talk. That was very disrespectful. And I don't see somebody being this petty unless they had a problem with a person. This seemed like no other WWE competitor got their stuff that way. So it only leaves one to two things. One is that him and Mickie James possibly had something going on the side, or two, he just didn't like Mickie James. Either way, it was very disrespectful. I'm so happy that Triple H found out who it was and fired him immediately. That should have never happened, and it's just really disrespectful, because, of course, whether you like it or you don't like it, bro, you can at least be respectful and ship her stuff in at least a gift bag. But a trash bag, that's basically calling her trash, basically disrespecting a woman in general. And I just feel like he he was a very scumbag for that one. He deserves to be fired. And honestly, if I'm another wrestling company, you don't even get an opportunity to ever be in a wrestling company again after that move. That's just my opinion.
Well, I'll make the conversation real low. Anthony Cobb says, at least she got it sent in a bag. Laugh out loud. That's cold-blooded, Ant. That's cold.
I ain't Ant, bro. You can't do that, bro.
We don't know what type of person she was behind the curtain, so we can't just jump to conclusions. Today might I'm sorry. Today might have had something going on, and she cheated on him with Dolph. Laugh out loud. She probably did cheat on him with Dolph. All right. So,
but now that's a funny story you said that, because I also met her in person too, at Dolph Ziggler's comedy show, and she was there with her husband supporting. And during when I seen her, I was like, "Hey, can I get a picture?" And she was kind of hesitant, a little bit like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? So that's funny when y'all say he's cheating with Dolph. That's hilarious.
Okay. Here's the tweet that Triple H sent out. Upon learning of the disrespectful treatment some of our recently released talent received on behalf of the company, we took immediate action. The person responsible for this inconsiderate action has been fired and is no longer with WWE. Stephanie McMahon says, and Mickey James, I am embarrassed. I am embarrassed. I am embarrassed. You or anyone else would be treated this way. I apologize personally and on behalf of WWE. The person responsible is no longer with our company. Can I say this? Actually, there was other superstars. I think there was like maybe 2 other superstars that came out and said like, well, she wasn't the only one, who actually had that kind of treatment, like who actually had that their things, she wasn't the only person that had their things sent to them in a trash bag. I forgot who the other superstar was, but she wasn't the only one. I think there was actually like 2 or 3 superstars that came out and messaged.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, so I guess
interesting. So okay. Mark Carrano's girlfriend went to Twitter.
Yeah.
And she stated, it's one thing to emotionally abuse and torment humans who can't stand up and walk away, but abuse a helpless animal, that's a whole nother level of unacceptability. But Mark Carrano tried to kill his ex's cat. What the hell?
Okay.
So they got a mental issue.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the Mickey situation, but yeah. I should have read this before I brought it up, but yeah, Mark Carrano apparently has issues, and
they also said he had like sexual assault allegations and stuff like that. Like after that happened, they were going in on him. Like I seen like a few posts about Mark Carrano like after that situation happened. Like they were kind of going in on him.
It was more. I'm trying to find the other names that was fired with it. It wasn't just him. It was a couple other names too.
Ant says, I think it was AJ Lee that was the other female superstar that made mention of her stuff being sent in a trash bag. I have to look into it, but I definitely
we have to get into that. Most definitely.
Yeah, I heard a lot of dry hump stories about him on Twitter. Dry hump stories. Anthony Cobb says, Mark Carrano, wow. Okay, those Twitter threads can get real spicy.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, I know this is off topic, but
okay.
So I know y'all gonna guess this right away. A WWE superstar states he wants to be in the next Mortal Kombat movie. Take a wild.
Hey, next topic. The A-list. Next topic.
I want to know who it is.
The Miz.
Who it is?
The Miz.
Oh, who wants to be Johnny Cage?
That's who. There you go.
He wants to be Johnny Cage. Next topic. I haven't even seen the Mortal Kombat movie yet, but I'm sure he would do a great job in it.
I think he'll do a good job in the movie.
No, you got with Johnny Cage. I understand. He was a pretty boy. Johnny Cage was a pretty boy that can fight, that can do a split. The Miz ain't doing no split. I don't want to see no stunt devil either.
He probably won't do the split.
Yeah, the Miz don't have the athletic ability to do it. Like,
nah, Johnny Cage is a smooth dude with athleticism,
yeah,
and that's
like,
one thing the Miz don't have.
The Miz,
He gonna have to
I
turn.
say this. I say the Miz has the charisma of Johnny Cage, but he doesn't have like the overall appeal of Johnny Cage. Like, it's just not working. All right, next topic. So you guys have news and rumors you guys need to share. Jay,
Okay.
Trav.
Wait. Okay.
Yo,
The Miz
hello.
can't even do
My bad.
So okay, so Trav, what is this news? This
y'all ready for this?
you ain't even inbox me the news either.
I'm in the inbox because it don't even need nothing. All it needs to be is said on here. I need y'all, everybody's watching, to tell you,
Okay.
everybody that likes wrestling, tell your mamas, your cousins, your grandmamas, your granddaddies, everybody. This is not a sport alert. This is not a prediction. It is factual facts. After talking with two of my sources,
Okay.
it's been said that wrestling Thoughts and Talks will air Mondays, 6 p.m. Eastern Time every week, and Tuesdays, 6 p.m. every week. So I need all y'all watching to let your friends know to subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Facebook channel, whatever it is. Subscribe to it and let's get it. We got to get these views up, y'all. That's my breaking news.
Breaking news. That was breaking news on behalf of Trav. Yes, Wrestling Talks and Thoughts will be coming at you guys live every Monday, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. consistently. We will give it to you guys twice a week consistently. We want to go back on the roll. We had some hiccups during the tenure of last year, but we are going to be coming to you guys 2 times a week consistently. We were doing some branding stuff behind the scenes, but tomorrow we'll be coming to you guys live. Ant says, "Man, I thought he was going to say Shawn Michaels' hair was growing back."
I just had to make sure I put that out there, man. Because we got to get this thing lit, man.
All right. Jay, any more news and rumors?
Hold on. Let me see. I thought I had something that we were going to talk about.
Oh, yes, we do.
What's up?
Superstars to win a title this year. Superstars to win a title this year. There's an article that was posted recently about superstars who are more likely to win a title this year.
Cesaro.
I'm not going to go through every single superstar.
How many superstars is it?
They're betting odds of wrestlers to win the championship this year. So the Universal Championship, Roman's odds of 2 to 5. Obviously he's a champion, so he doesn't. Seth Rollins' odds of winning the Universal Championship is 5 to 1. Cesaro's in third place with 7 to 1. Daniel Bryan's also with 7 to 1. Big E's at 8 to 1. Apollo Crews is at 9 to 1. Edge and Kevin Owens is 10 to 1 odds. Shinsuke Nakamura's odds are 12 to 1. And what? Karrion Kross odds are 14 to 1. Followed by Jey Uso at 16 to 1. The Rock at 20 to 1. Murphy at 40 to 1. Otis at 40 to 1. And Sami Zayn at 40 to 1.
We talking about the Universal Championship?
Yeah.
Okay.
WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre's odds is 7 to 4. Brock Lesnar is tied with the Fiend with odds 5 to 1. AJ Styles is at 6 to 1. Braun Strowman's at 7 to 1. Keith Lee and Randy Orton are tied at 8 to 1. Shaheen's boy Sheamus is at 10 to 1.
Oh God.
Karen Cross and Riddle are also at 14-1. Omos is at 20-1. And then it just gets worse. Damian Priest and Samoa Joe at the time was 33-1. Elias, Jeff Hardy, and The Miz are 40-1. And
Elias should be 70-1.
Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon round out with their odds of being champion 100-1.
That's what Elias should have been.
Raw
championship. Anthony Cobb says Cesaro, and he says I'll place my money on Big E and Cesaro.
That's good money.
So the Raw Women's Championship. So Rhea Ripley's the champ. Charlotte Flair odds is 9-4. Alexa is 3-1. Becky Lynch odds is 4-1. Asuka's 5-1. Shayna Baszler is 7-1. Ronda Rousey's 8-1. Io Shirai is at 9-1. Mandy Rosette is 16-1. Peyton Royce, who's no longer with us, was at 20-1.
Okay.
Jax is at 25-1. Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, Lana, Naomi, Nikki Cross are all at 33-1. And Stephanie McMahon is at 50-1.
Okay.
And SmackDown brand, Bianca's the champ. Sasha Banks at 5-2. Bayley 3-1. Becky Lynch 4-1. Carmella and Ronda Rousey at 8-1. Io Shirai at 9-1. Billie Kay, Liv Morgan, Mickie James, Natalya, Ruby Riott, and Tamina all coming at 33-1.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. While you was just mentioning at least, I do have some news for you guys. Some real news, wrestling news.
Okay.
As you was listening to, as you was making that list out, I just thought about something. Those odds for Ronda Rousey this year are 100-1 because she just officially announced that she is pregnant with her first child.
Yes.
So she's going to be out for 9 months. 9 months is going to take us into 2022. So we won't see her win a title this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. Well, I was happy for it when I heard about it.
Yeah, I'm happy for it too.
I was great. I was like, great. She's having. I'm happy she's having a child. You know what? It's interesting. I'm happy she's having a child, and I'm also happy that she's not coming back yet. Also, because I don't want her to get quit. I want these women need to breathe. But then, I have some other news too. So I don't know if you guys know. A little fun fact: Ronda Rousey's great-great-grandfather is black.
Yes, I do know that. I read that.
So apparently, she was at, I forgot what conference she was at. She was somewhere, and she spoke about it. So now I understand why she wears cornrows in her hair. That was joking.
Well, that was the reason why she stepped away from WWE, because she wanted to have a family. I guess it just took her longer than expected to, have a child, which I'm very happy for them. If that's what they wanted to do, that's what they did. Congratulations to them. But yeah, I did know she was partial black. I read that a long time ago. It was like when she was in her UFC days when she was undefeated. When I read that her great grandfather was black.
So Anthony Cobb says the K God, another year without Ronda. Man, the wrestling gods are great. Charlotte, now Ronda.
Oh no. We gotta put an end to that now. We'll talk about that later.
So he's like, he's just happy that they're not there. He's just happy that they're not coming back. So
I want to run around to there. I want to run around to there.
Why?
First of all, just like you guys was happy about Bad Bunny, great promotion.
Right.
It's great promotion. You hardly ever see a UFC fighter transition to wrestling like that. And I understand her wrestling skills wasn't A1, but you could tell she was putting in the work to get better. I think the WWE threw the title on her fast because of ratings and promotion, but we all understand that. But you could tell she was putting in the work to get better. She was in the gym with Triple H. She was in the gym with Stephanie. She was in the gym with a lot of people at the time before she entered the WWE. So anybody that's willing to put in the work to try to get great at something and make that big of a transaction, I would be pleased to have them there. They don't have to be in the title picture. It don't have to be a title match every time you look around. Just to have their presence is a different story.
Yeah. I mean, she's not the first, and she's definitely not the last.
Most definitely.
The first person that actually made that transition is actually Antonio Inoki. Huh?
Ken Shamrock.
Nah, it was Antonio Inoki.
Oh, Ken Shamrock was second.
It was Antonio Inoki.
But Ken Shamrock went from wrestling to the UFC though, right?
No,
he didn't go from UFC to.
Yeah, I mean, he went to UFC first. He went to WWE.
Right. You had Antonio Inoki. He's a mixed martial artist. You have other people who are mixed martial artists who came over to wrestling.
Black.
He's a mixed martial artist. You have Matt Riddle. You have Dan Severn, who's never been mentioned. He was in the WWE. Dan Severn, who was a UFC champion. Shayna Baszler.
But a lot of these guys you name are not big time UFC fighters.
Dan Severn.
Well, yeah, I know about him.
Ken Shamrock was.
Ken Shamrock. I know about those two, but a lot of the other guys were just going through the motions. Because I'm a big UFC fan, and I know typically a lot of the guys that been in UFC. I'm just saying, for somebody of her caliber at that level of UFC to be undefeated for so long, to transition from that to wrestling, that's why I think it was good for her. I think when she comes back, if they book her right, if they keep it right, she'll be good. She'll be great.
Yeah. I don't think
well, everybody got their opinion. You know, I see the potential. I'm not saying it's there. I see the potential.
I just play with you. No. I mean, I see the potential in Ronda. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Truth be told, I see the potential in Ronda. When Ronda came, I was excited. I wanted to see what she can do. When she got on the mic and she, did the whole tough thing. Ronda needs work. Ronda needs work. And again, just like you felt like it was too soon for Rhea Ripley. For some wrestlers, I don't feel like it's too soon. And I feel like this is the thing. The difference between Ronda Rousey and Rhea Ripley is Rhea Ripley actually she transitioned from NXT UK from being a women's champion in NXT UK, then coming over to NXT and becoming the NXT champion over there and she worked those two divisions for a while. So now when she comes to the main roster, she already has WWE experience. She already has that professional experience. So with Rhea, I don't think it was too soon. But with Ronda went straight from the UFC to the WWE developmental and then straight to the main roster and then got the title. Like that was like real quick. You know
well, my whole thing with Rhea wasn't the fact of her questioning her talent or her abilities. It's just that you got other WWE women that you could have placed in line. Where is it like prime example? Wait. Let me give you a prime example. It's just like when Brock comes back. Brock comes back and he jumps straight to the top. That's what I mean by cutting the other wrestlers short. Like some of these guys, some of these ladies, I can't name every lady on Raw or SmackDown, but some of these ladies deserve a title shot. They just don't get it because they don't get the correct push. If you don't get the correct push, you don't look good, so you don't get the opportunity to get that. So for me, Rhea Ripley, okay, cool, but Asuka was doing a great job holding the title down.
Yeah.
Charlotte came back. We could have had a triple threat match. So I'm just one of those guys. When you come from, I was no lie, I was super happy when Finn Balor came up and won the title. I was like, yo, I see his entrance one time. Never seen him wrestle, but when he stepped on that main event roster, he put on a show with Seth Rollins, and I was super excited. But I still felt like it was just too early for him to win a title. And the only reason why we don't talk about that is because the next day he came out with the I think it was the torn collarbone, if I'm not mistaken, or he had did something with the shoulder where where he had to relinquish the title. So that match went from great to being a classic to a classic. Just it was just that match was a classical match. So that's what I mean by coming up too fast. Like, honestly, we know every time somebody come up from NXT, if they're big, like Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley, and Finn. They're going straight to the title picture if WWE don't have nothing going on with that WWE title.
Okay. So this is my question to you though. So you're trying to so are you saying that every developmental title, every developmental talent that comes from NXT, that comes from the that comes from NXT to the main roster, that they all should go through a year process of work before they get the title? You saying everybody deserves that treatment?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this right here. I'm saying that it's okay for certain wrestlers to come up and be in the picture. It's that's cool. But to come in off the rip and win a title, that's kind of early for me. All right.
Okay.
So hold on. So not so much of a year, but let's just see you do a qualifying match or two. Let's see you beat a couple big names on the roster first to get that title shot versus just walking in like you owe the title shot. You know, it's like we're literally taking their NXT resume and automatically saying, hey, they have earned a title shot because they did this in NXT versus them coming up and saying, okay, let me fight Naomi one-on-one. Let me get that win. Let me fight Charlotte Flair one-on-one. Get a win right there. Two big wins like that automatically put you in a title picture because then you came up and proven, hey, I can hang with the best of them. Although not taking for granted that those guys in NXT are some of the best to do it, but of course, when you're in NXT, your main goal is to get to the main event roster. Everybody gonna have their disagreements, but it's just like college basketball. When you go play college basketball, you're just not playing for the title. Your ultimate goal is to get to the NBA. So when you're fighting in NXT, your ultimate goal is to get to the main event roster, to get that WrestleMania slot. So all I'm saying is, every now and then, I don't have a problem with Rhea Ripley winning the title. I'm cool with it, but I just felt like too early. That's my feeling. That's me. But just that 1 or 2 match that you win and get that title, that's lovely.
My issue is, so here's the thing. So with your reference, Trav, the difference with that reference compared to NXT, the main roster with college basketball to NBA, NBA doesn't pay the college basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, stop right there. Wait. Let's get that straight. I'm not talking about money.
Right, we're not talking about money.
I'm just talking about the process of playing college ball and then moving up to WWE.
So college basketball isn't affiliated whatsoever with NBA. We use that.
Right.
The one thing that we kind of forget a lot is NXT is part of WWE. It's not a developmental brand. It's not you got to do that and then you got to come up. NXT is a brand of WWE. You have Raw, SmackDown, NXT. They're all on one level, but being that, and honestly, I feel like it's more so the money, because I know NXT doesn't have the budget that WWE has, because that's why they fight at the Capitol Wrestling Center compared to the Thunderdome. Now, if NXT had a bigger budget where they can compete and better arenas and bigger stadiums, or they were competing in the Thunderdome, I think they would have, as far as their whole ratings war, they would have been completely different when it comes to AEW. Now, secondly, again, with NXT being a part of WWE, whatever you do in NXT, that builds your WWE resume. You know what I'm saying? Some guys don't want to go to the main roster, a la Adam Cole. Adam Cole doesn't want to go to the main roster. I'm sure he could have been to the main, and I'm sure he had conversations with Triple H, like, listen, I need you to go to the main roster. He was like, no, I prefer to stay here. Adam Cole, especially Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, they've been in NXT for God knows how long, and they just don't want to go to the main roster because of the fact that they feel like NXT is their home, and they're going to go up to the main roster and get lost in the shuffle, because I know for a fact Johnny Gargano, one of those who's going to go to the main roster, and he's going to get lost. He's going to become worse than Chad Gable. You know what I'm saying? Because he's small and Vince doesn't like those kind of guys. So I get that. So they have with their platform and their account NXT to go to do what they got to do, because if you don't shine or do your thing in NXT, there's no chance you're gonna go to the main roster. Never. And that's why I don't understand how No Way Jose got to the main roster. To be honest with you.
But let me just say this real quick. I just want to say this real quick. As to what you were saying, like you gave the basketball reference, but you know, wrestling is more likened to boxing, MMA, but it's the entertainment form, right? It's an entertainment because it's about entertainment, right? So again, you have boxers like Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson challenged for the world, for the WBC title, WBA title against I think it was it James or something Burbank when he challenged Burbank for the title. Mike at the time wasn't an amateur, but he was fighting pro. But he fought a bunch of people, you know, prior to fighting Burbank, who, you know, again, like Burbank, the champion, is allowed to give the challenger that opportunity to fight him for the title. So that's part of the aspect of wrestling. Like wrestling, you have, you know, people like a Bianca Belair who, and I'm sorry, let me not use Bianca. Like you have Asuka. Let's say Asuka's season, she's been there for about, you know, 4 or 5 years, right? She has the title, and then here comes Rhea Ripley, who comes and challenges her as a competitor who's been fighting in WWE, but in NXT, you know, and then challenges for the title. And Asuka says, "I accept." You know what I'm saying? I accept your challenge. Like, yeah, you've been a champion in NXT, and you fought in NXT UK, and you've done all that. Now you want to come and challenge me, and I'm on a higher scale. You want to challenge me? You know what? I accept your challenge. So it's like boxing, where they can accept that challenge. Like UFC, you have other competitors who've been fighting for 4 or 5 years, or fighting in, you know, in whatever divisions or whatever, and then they come up and they say, you know what, I want to challenge John Jones, and John Jones saying, you know what, I'll give you a shot. I'll give you a shot. So that's what it's likened to. So I don't think it's necessarily too soon. But I get what you're saying. But if, you know, again, it will take away some excitement if we keep having a process of you come from NXT, you fight for 3-4 months, and then now you challenge for a title. Or you fight for a month, or you know what I'm saying. If a person comes up in we need to have those spontaneous title shots, and we need to have those spontaneous title wins.
And I agree with you totally. But let me yes or no. Wouldn't it have been a better storyline had Rhea Ripley came up and lost to Asuka?
No.
No. She lost.
Wait. Because she won the title on a Monday Night Raw show, right?
Oh, Rhea?
Yes.
But she won at Mania night 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So she won at Mania. I understand that. But let's just say if she would have lost, if they would have fought, let's just say if they would have fought on a Monday Night Raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would have been, now Mania is different. I still feel like it's too early, but I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem with it. But let's just say she won that title on a Raw Raw. It would have been a better storyline to push it to a Mania, or just a pay-per-view. I'm not saying they got to come in and fight 3, 4, 5 months to a year, but let's just be real. Bianca fighting for the years what made you fall in love with Bianca over the years. Yes. Now wait. We did love her when she first came in. Not all due to looks, but we did love her when she first came in. But I'm just saying,
we loved her before she was
right. But what I'm saying is the fact that year, it makes you respect her having that WWE title more. Not so much, not so much of what's called it.
Was she there for a year? Because let's be real. Like at the end of the day, we all know that Bianca was called to the main roster, just like Shayna, and they came to the main roster, had a big pop. So they came in, everybody was hyped, and then it disappeared for like 8 months. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see any of them, Shayna nor Bianca. Where I came on the show weekly, like, yo, where the hell is Shayna? Where's Bianca? I was real adamant, like, yo, where's my girls? You know what I'm saying? They were going for about 6 to 8 months, like no action, no reference, no nothing. Then apparently they resurfaced, and then that's when they started, using them again. But it's not like they're gonna come in the main roster and constantly be used, because I think Asuka was the last person from NXT to have that, you know what I'm saying, come on the main roster and be consistently used, because we've seen it happen to Shayna Baszler, we've seen it happen to Bianca, we've seen it happen to what's the other girl name? Ember Moon. Ember Moon had a huge pop and disappeared. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Asuka's the latest person from NXT to actually come on and have consistent runs. Everybody else come on and disappear, and you're just like, yo, where are these people? So that's why I disagree with that.
No, absolutely. Anthony Cobb says, bringing Ronda back means we will never see Shayna in the picture ever, the title picture ever again. I totally agree. And Sean Key says she's pregnant anyways, referring to Ronda. And Sean also says, we loved her regardless, referring to Bianca Belair. But I definitely agree. Travis' signal got cut out, so that's why his camera's not on. His signal, he had some problems with his signal. But we got to wrap up anyway. It's we actually going on an hour and 30 minutes. We was actually supposed to do an hour. But again, we had a lot to talk about. But we'll be back with you guys tomorrow at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock sharp. We will be back with you guys. We thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. If you are catching us on Facebook Live, please give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment in the comment section below and hit that subscribe bell and get all notifications on when we go live. Also, please get the when we post on Facebook, hit the reminder star. Sean Key says, y'all never be on time. That's because we're black, Sean. Black people are never on time. I was joking. All right, but you're right, Sean. We'll be on time. We'll be on time, 6 p.m. sharp. We will be here. And going forward, every Monday, every Tuesday, we will be going live with you guys to talk about wrestling. So you can join me, J Mac Main, Travis, and our guest who comes on live. Who any of you guys want to join us? Aunt Sean Keys. Anybody who wants to join us live? And
Ethan was cool.
Yeah, Ethan Wick. Yeah, we're Ethan, man. We ain't hear from Ethan. Ethan comes on, but he don't come on live with us. But he be here though.
I'm gonna reach out to him. We're gonna see if we can get him on him. I'll reach out.
Yeah, we gotta bring Ethan back on. But yes, we thank you guys for joining us. And we need Dre. We need Dre to come back on here, man.
Dre.
Huh?
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about Dre.
Yeah, Dre in a minute. Yeah, we need Dre to come on here.
Forgot about Dre.
Yeah, we got about Dre. Yes. So guys, please join us as we go live tomorrow on Facebook Live and YouTube. And we will catch you guys next time on Wrestling Thoughts, Talks and Thoughts. I am your host, Saheem the Dream.
With your King Slayer, J Mac Main.
And we will see you guys later. Peace.